top 3 specific tasks that you want to accomplish as the AS president?
I agree with AJ. On a point that I've been working on for a while, I'm calling it the Chico Pipeline, which is a website that I'm currently working on with the designer that would allow every Chico State student and every organization to have a login. And it would allow for a collaborative effort of all Chico State students to be able to put up their events for all students to see, so that it's a one-stop shop for students. I think it's a great idea because, exactly like AJ said, there needs to be a weekly address. It's an idea that is in my platform on my website, and I wanted to do it in a podcast form, you know, where students could go and it would be video interactive and they could look at it and see it weekly and know that it's there. And the reason that I came up with this idea is because there are 200 organizations on our campus, but so many organizations are ignored. And I know that the Greeks want a Greek center, but it's a bunch of talk. You know, nothing goes through on it. I'm not a talker, I'm a doer. And I want to see stuff happen and get stuff accomplished that people want to see. So if they want a Greek center, let's get them a Greek center. The CCLC's got their thing. Pride also wants their own center. But not many people know it because it's such a small group of people. So, you know, or is it that it's a large group of people and they're just not acknowledged? I think so many Chico State students just go ignored because, you know, one voice doesn't stand out, but a united voice totally stands out. So I love the idea of the Chico Pipeline. And if you look at my own website, you'll see that I know the people to make this happen. You know, I've got a website that's pretty advanced itself, and I'm working with a designer to go through on specifics and make this actually happen. I'm not gonna just promise something that's never gonna really come out. I've seen platforms, you know, where somebody runs on maybe, you know, they run on Unity. It's a great point, but how are you gonna do it? So I want a one-stop shop for students, and I thought that if we could get local businesses involved, I could start, we're gonna go on with a rough name here. I'm naming it the Jeff Kell Foundation. You know, because I got to take credit, you guys. So I want a foundation for students who maybe couldn't afford to go to Chico. And through the clicking on websites, a lot of money can be made. And I thought if we opened a PayPal account and had student clicks and a lot of students interested in one forum, you could really make a lot of money and give it back to the students. I don't need it in my pocket. I'd like it to go back to the students because it's students for students. And lastly, I'm pushing accessibility and accountability. I mean, there shouldn't be a student on this campus who doesn't know my name, Jeff Kell. Excel with Jeff Kell. I mean, come on, it rhymes, you guys. You got to know it. I mean, if it rhymes, you got to remember it. So I'm really pushing for everybody to know who I am, know what I'm all about, and know that I'm just a normal guy, not a politician. I'll tell everybody in here, politics makes my stomach turn. You know, wondering what AJ is going to come out with, or wondering what Joe's going to come out with, you know, or Christian. I mean, I watch, you know, around dark alleys because I'm afraid, you know, what might happen. So I need people to know that in politics, I mean, really for me, I want to show students who I really am. I'm just a normal student, and I want to serve students and show students that I have abilities that I can incorporate into this position, you know, of leadership, and really take my talents with computers and take them to the next level. You know, Barack Obama really pushed technological government, and he's got a very technological platform, and I think that's totally cool because it's accessible. You know, you can get it on your iPhone or your BlackBerry, whatever your media is. And I think that's cool. And that we don't have that on a college campus where everybody's got, you know, some kind of really cool phone. I think we're behind. So I want Chico to be an innovator. I want to be, you know, the Harvard of the West Coast. I think that it can totally happen. And I think it's through the Chico Pipeline and through students calling me personally. If you want to call me at 2 in the morning, I will wake up and I will answer your call. Thank you.
Just a follow-up question.
Yes.
I want to be clear about this because I did ask, you know, the 3 tasks that you plan. You're talking about the Chico Pipeline for one, and then the foundation for your second one, and then the third one that people will know who you are. Am I understanding that correctly?
Correct. I want students to know who I am, but I'm focusing on accessibility so that students know who's representing them. So many students go through campus and they have no idea, you know, what AS is. It's not ASB. You know, it's Associated Students. It's a corporation that takes student dollars and puts it toward different things. So I want students to know not only where their money is going, but I want students to know that I'm an accurate representation of them. When I got involved in AS last semester, I got involved in EAC, which is the Environmental Affairs Council, and also the Sustainability Fund Allocation Committee. And I came in, and one of my first questions to EAC is, what is your mission? What are you guys doing? And it was a question that was very hard to answer and very hard to find. And I was frustrated because I'm like, so wait, so my money is going toward this council, but we don't know what you guys do? So, I mean, along with this Chico pipeline and what students, basically telling students what AS does. I mean, it's huge. It's going to be a marketing campaign. There's no marketing part of AS. We're using the same election signs that we've used for the last couple semesters for this election, and you expect students to pay attention to that? Brighter colors, cooler things, catchy. It needs to be catchy. It needs the appeal. So I want to bring appeal and innovation back to AS. You know, I have imagination and, you know, if you look at the candidates across the board, if you look at what they've created and what they're putting out there in terms of a platform, you know, whether it's sustainable, you know, in my campaign, I looked down to the detail of does it feel good in your hand, you know, so that you get a warm fuzzy when you're going out and voting. I mean, I really am looking at all the details. You can tell how I've run my own campaign. My website is very edgy. It's very, I'm looking new age, and I think that much of this has gone ignored. You know, much of the cutting edge, really cool, pull it up on your iPhone anytime, has gone ignored. So when you ask for 3 points, I'm telling you that I'm going to be a very accessible candidate. I'm giving out a phone number where you can reach me 24/7. I don't see any other candidate doing that. I'm telling you that this Chico pipeline is a really cool idea, and I'm going to have a prototype out shortly. I love the idea of a weekly address. In fact, I came up with it. And I know because it's on my website, and I have a full platform on my website saying exactly that, a podcast and a weekly address. I'm not going to beat around the bush, you guys. So that's what I want students to know about Jeff Kell.